Hello, brothers and sisters and Heartdwellers family. May you all get inspired to enter into your secret place to meet with Jesus. I had pulled a rhema Sunday that said, "Meet me in the desert," with a picture of a tent in the middle of the desert. This was after my initial encounter with Jesus using the Exploring Heaven meditation, and he met me in the desert, then showed me a vision of Ghana, then went into the Garden of Eden. It was as though he was inviting me back to the same place to meet with him. Jesus does that many times. He will invite you back to the familiar place of the last time you met with him and reveal more to you. So go with it if he does that. So when I got this card, I knew that's what he meant. So after our community gathering, I went home and entered into my secret place using dwelling prayer to meet him in the desert. So I pictured a desert. This time, it seemed there was a sandstorm going on. As I was swayed left and right by the gusty winds, I wrapped my head shawl tightly over myself to try to block the windy sands. I was trying to find Jesus. All I saw was a small tent a few feet ahead of me with a lamp outside. So I began to walk towards it. When the storm was getting stronger, it almost pushed me down when I felt a hand grab me to level me and encourage me to continue walking. I first thought it was Jesus. I saw no one there. I was able to get my balance, and I realized now it was my guardian angel. So I continued to walk until I reached the tent. When I did, I bent down to walk in, and to my surprise, although the tent was open, it was amazingly so calm and peaceful inside. No gusty wind entered the tent. I saw Jesus busily cooking and cutting some herbs as he smiled at me now that I finally arrived. He said, "I've been waiting for you." As he continued cooking, knowing my thoughts, as I stood in amazement, looking right out the tent at the gusty winds, but still in awe that it didn't shake the tent or affect us inside at all. Jesus, reading my thoughts, said, "Remember, to swim on the surface of the ocean is to be subject to the passing storms. But to swim in the depths of my love and mercy for you, there you'll find peace and refuge from the storms of life. That's why I brought you here." As he continued to finish the last preparations for dinner, he had a colorful Indian garb on, even with a head wrap that was reddish purple with yellow jewels at the top, shaped in a ball, as his hair hung down. His scarf around his neck was bluish purple with shiny yellow thread lining the fabric. It smelled so sweet in the tent, but a hint of Indian spices and of ginger, which is my favorite. Looking outside the tent, it seemed so small, barely being able to fit at least 2 people lying side by side. But inside, it was spacious, beautifully decorated and large. There were throw pillows, all different sizes, inside lining the tent, and the colors were hues of blue, purple, red, very Mediterranean style. The rug was red and yellow, and the table Jesus was using to prepare our dinner was a very short table, barely a foot off the ground, made of dark wood in which he had to kneel down. There were throw pillows on the floor to indicate we'd be sitting on the pillows and not on chairs to eat. There was a bright yellow lamp in the corner. When I was done looking around, Jesus beckoned me to come over to the table. I then realized my garment had changed, and I too was wearing a matching Indian sari. It was a bit heavier fabric than it normally would be. It was also red with hues of purple, and my pants were blue and purple with yellow sparkling threads on the trim. My headscarf was the same as Jesus, as I now pulled it down and came to sit across from him. He smiled with so much love and radiance in his eyes. On the table were 3 dishes, now covered, and he removed the covering off both of our plates as he said, "Honey ginger chicken with sauteed snap peas with Parmesan crust, and rice with sauteed mushrooms." It smelled amazing. And I was amazed because anything ginger is my favorite. He then asked what I wanted to drink and said we have water, ginger ale, which is another favorite of mine, and non-alcoholic wine. I kind of chuckled thinking, really? He got up and smiled, saying, let's go for the non-alcoholic wine, with a smirk on his face. I began to laugh, saying, okay. As I enjoyed the wonderful meal made by my beloved, with my beloved. That is the end of the diary of our secret place, the desert. God bless you, family, until the next message.